A principal at a Redlands, California high school gave a graduation speech where he was supporting cheerleaders who dressed up like gang members, threw signs like gang members, and basically tried to mock the Hispanic community in the area. Now, this story broke of them dressing up like that last year. They got a lot of media criticism for it. And apparently, John Maloney, who is the principal at the school, Redlands East Valley High School, was annoyed at the fact that they got so much negative attention. So during the graduation speech, he actually said some pretty favorable things about the cheerleaders. Let me give you the part of the speech that's in question. So these are high school kids. We don't care about what is happening in Congress, but we care about a couple cheerleaders dressing up. I admire those girls for their strength and courage.
Yeah, should not have gone in that direction. Okay.
I think his statement was okay up until that very last part.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
And by the way, it's possible to care about both things, what's happening in Congress and asshole cheerleaders in a high school somewhere.
Yeah. So look, here's the thing. I think some people are going to look at the picture of the girls dressing up as gangsters and think, well, those people do exist. There are quote-unquote gangsters like that, and they do dress like that, so what's the big deal? They're just having a little bit of fun. I mean, you might have done that on Halloween, right? Okay. So you're not wrong. It's not like those people don't exist, right? But what you're not getting is that others in the school who are Latino might feel like it's directed at them, right? And that's not illegitimate. They're not being overly sensitive. It feels like an affront to people. I mean, now I'm going to use an absurd analogy because it's hard to escape your own perspective. If the day after I showed up at school, everybody showed up with fezzes.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty sure that was directed at me, right?
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't a sensitive soul. I would have been amused by it. But there are a lot of people who are not amused by it, especially because in my fanciful analogy, there's no real discrimination against Turkish Americans, but there is real discrimination against Latinos in this country.
Absolutely.
Right? And so it's one thing for them to make that mistake. Remember, they're in high school, right? The cheerleaders. So the proper response to that is, hey guys, here's why, I get why you thought it was no big deal, but let me show you why it is. And why some people could, are turned off by that, and it's hurtful, so let's not be needlessly hurtful. You can have that rational conversation, or you can do what this principal did and be like, way to show courage and strength.
Yeah.
The PC police bullshit. Well, you guys are the real champions here.
And it disenfranchises the Latino community within the school. And another thing I should note, it's one thing if you have some misguided high school students doing something a little offensive, right? And you just kind of let them know that's not okay and you move on. It's not that big of a deal. But this was a school-sanctioned learning experience, okay? And so when you have educators who are saying dress up like, Latino gangsters and basically disenfranchise a group of people that go to school with you, then you have a problem. I think it's a legitimate problem worth honing in on. Yeah.
And by the way, this is not the first year they've done this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on, man. We're in the year 2015. Let's catch up here. So, the overall point is you're not the only person that exists in the world. And if you're an administrator at a school, it's important that you teach that lesson to the kids, that even though you might not find it offensive, other people might, and you don't want to be jerks to other people that exist in the world. You'd rather reach out, and this is ironically a team-building exercise. You might want to build the team a little larger.